All right, everybody, hello and welcome. You are here for how to build AI skills for your career. My name is Albert. I am the founder of Albert's List. We're a job search, side hustle, and AI skills company here to help you become the best professional version of yourself. And I will be your co-host today. With me, as always, my trusty sidekick and also partner in crime, Renee Tercios, and the founder of Agencies. And you're going to learn about him in a really, really quick moment. So who am I? I am a product marketer, job search guy, the founder of Albert's List. We're a community with 50,500 members, and we've enabled people to find jobs at companies like Google, Cisco, GoPro, and Twitter. If you would like to connect with me, the QR code to the bottom right-hand side of this screen is available to you. Feel free to let me know that you found me off of this webinar. I am here in the San Francisco Bay Area and throughout California on most days and weeks. So if you'd also like to meet up and talk about AI, I am always open to that as well. Albert's List is the community that this is based off of. And so we are a community on Facebook, 50,400 plus members, including recruiters, job seekers like yourself, hiring managers, AI enthusiasts, and more. We run everything from job search and entrepreneurship boot camps to courses to learning moments such as these today. And if you want to go ahead and point your QR code reader or your phone over to this as well, feel free to take a look at it and let us know that you found this community through this particular webinar. Feel free to join us and introduce yourself and get to know us too by attending these webinars and also by engaging within the webinar chat where we always have LinkedIn connections and conversations going. Renee, a little bit about yourself.
Hi, my name's Renee. I'm a local San Francisco guy. I'm not like from here. I'm from Missouri originally. I build a lot of code for a lot of different people. I currently have different products going, including agencies and O1 Hesia. O1 Hesia is our learning platform that both me and Albert are co-founders of, and agencies is a new AI agent framework that will build agents extremely easy for you. But we'll talk about that later.
All right, beautiful. So, what I want to talk about today before we go into this demo and what AI can do for you today is we want to give an overview of AI, and then we want to talk a little bit about how it's impacting work. And then we're going to show you a little bit about how you can use AI as a demo and then put your AI knowledge to work. And so, for those of you who are here for the very first time, who may have been hearing this thing about AI or who are wondering what AI is and what you can do with it, AI is really composed of several things. There's machine learning, which you use sample data to train computer programs to recognize patterns, writing styles, images, things like that. That's machine learning, and ChatGPT has a lot of that. You've got neural networks that are designed to imitate the neurons in the brain and act human and be human so that you can write like a human. You've got natural language processing, which has the ability to understand speech and analyze documents. That's why you're able to upload your resume or your cover letter or your LinkedIn to a ChatGPT or a Claude and have it understand who you are and what you want. And then less so on the computer, but more so out in the real world in manufacturing plants. You also have robots that can assist people without any actual human involvement. And so we're getting into a world now where a robot that functions on AI can now fold your clothing or help cook you food at a restaurant. And so that's where this world is headed. The process of which AI comes from is that it takes existing data or data that you create and then processes it and turns it into what people like to call artificial intelligence. But basically, it is from data that is generated, whether it's unstructured or structured, and then it is interpreted, and then it gives you a sense of output. And so, whether it's the whole corpus of code or coding knowledge that's out there on the internet, the things that are being written, it is important to know that a lot of this is from things that already exist out there. And so that's why you start to see AI that also acts as search engines, as well as big libraries. And so the generative AI landscape, which is where a lot of AI is now today, whether you're developing games or writing blog posts or creating memes or trying to figure out your career strategy, is becoming bigger and bigger with all these various different services that exist out there. And even before they existed with AI, they are now integrating AI into it. And so if you want to go ahead and take a picture of this, maybe explore some of the tools that are out there. It is definitely a vast, vast playground that continues to grow every single day. And so, how is AI impacting our work? Because, of course, we're Albert's List. We're here to talk about your job search. We're here to talk about skills and why you need these skills in order to thrive in the new market, right? So, in this landscape, there's going to be a lot of jobs that are displaced, but there's going to be a lot of new jobs that are added in. Jobs that are going away include everything from data entry clerks to accountants to assembly and factory workers to even marketers like myself. Growing areas of interest include data scientists, business automation specialists, individuals who are able to use AI to create code, even though they may not have coding experience, and people who are also information security. And so the anticipation is that more of these jobs will be created than those jobs that end up getting eliminated. And so if you are somebody who is on this call today and you are in college, or you are somebody who's not even in college yet, or you're somebody who has young children, it is more than likely that the jobs that they will be working in 5, 10, 15 years do not exist yet. And so we are really fast and rapidly in a world here today where all the jobs that are out there are about to change, and we are training people for jobs that may not exist anymore, while also attempting to anticipate the jobs that will exist and training people for those jobs. And so we are at that inflection point here in our history of humanity and in our history of work. And it's an exciting one, it's an uncertain one, and it's also a really, really interesting one. How are people using AI today? They're doing it everything from search engine optimization to idea generation to writing code. I know I personally use it to create vacation itineraries. I use it to write event descriptions, such as the ones that get you here into events like today. I use it to write email nurtures, which save me a ton of time. And then I also use it for a lot of just fun because sometimes I like to have something to talk to. And ChatGPT, for example, can be very, very entertaining. How are business owners and businesses using AI today? They're using it for things like customer service, especially for very frontline customer service queries that can be tied back into a large language model and answer common questions. They're using it for accounting. They're also using it for things that are not on this list, such as software engineering. You may have heard the rumors, and the rumors are true, that there are companies out there now, such as Klarna and Meta and Facebook and so forth, that no longer have as many software engineers on their staff because AI can do the bulk of the work. And so these are companies that are becoming leaner, meaner, and stronger, and able to really create the things that run our world without as many people. And so some of this labor is going to have to go elsewhere. Some of them will become entrepreneurs, and it's like I keep saying, a very interesting time. AI is also a very huge part of our future from a political standpoint and from the state of this country. So this is not meant to be a political slide as much as it is about the state of where we are here in the United States. And I know that there are also some of you from other places like South Africa, Greece, maybe out in Australia and so forth, and we welcome you into this as well. And so one of the things that we have to know is that in this latest administration for Donald Trump, he's appointed venture capitalist and entrepreneur David Sachs to be his crypto and AI czar. And on the first day of his presidency, President Trump announced a $500 billion investment into AI infrastructure with Project Stargate. And then a couple of hours later, DeepSeek came out, which is the AI model out of China that showed that you could build an AI model for very, very cheap. And obviously, since then, in early January, you've seen a lot more things happen as well. NVIDIA released new AI chips this week at their GTU conference, and we're seeing a lot of news come in day by day. I used to have a slide in this that showcased some of that news, but I know that you can probably look for that on your own. So in closing, AI is the future. It's not gonna, it's always interesting with tech. I've been working here in tech here for about a decade, and it's not necessarily about hitting the moon, but landing somewhere in the stars. And the thing that you're always going to hear, whether it's this webinar or a webinar by one of our other instructors, is that you may not lose your job to AI, but you might end up losing your job to somebody who knows how to use it. And so, with something so transformative that will eliminate many jobs, but also create many more, the question I have for many of you is how are you going to position yourself? What are you committed to learning? And how are you committed to applying that learning so that you can be an effective AI entrepreneur, AI user, or AI worker? Because you can do everything from help somebody else's business to create your own business to even complementing the existing work that you do because you have somebody who, because you yourself are able to use AI to streamline your processes and become more efficient so that your company may not need to hire as many people, but they end up keeping you. How have I been using AI? So, as a founder of a job search company and as somebody who's also interested in being a lot more effective in my day-to-day work, I've gotten really into using custom GPTs. Custom GPTs are GPTs that you can find on places like ChatGPT, where you can create your own little mini database of documents and ideas. And one of them that I've created is the Albert's List, or rather, is the Albert Career Coach Wizard. The Albert Career Coach Wizard is sort of a solution that is sort of, I would say, private to myself. I uploaded my resume, I uploaded my LinkedIn, a couple of writing samples, and ChatGPT instantly understands who I am, how I write, and what I do, and it uses itself as a sort of a career coach that helps me prepare for my upcoming interviews, understand where I can make my next move when it comes to my career. And this is something that you can literally build in about like 5 minutes or less. And so I'm gonna see if I can link it here in the chat so that you can sort of get a feel for it yourself. Let me see. Okay, so anyone with a link, I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste it here, and you can check it out and see what it's like to be Albert for a couple of days when it comes to his career. The other thing that I've created also is more on a business front is my girlfriend's nonprofit. She runs a nonprofit called Mujeres de Acción. It focuses on breast cancer awareness and also helping people and supporting people through their breast cancer journey, civic engagement, and cultural empowerment on the California Central Coast in San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara County. What I did was I created her a grant writing assistant where I uploaded documents that included foundational nonprofit assets, news articles, grants that we've written in the past, as well as a corpus of our social media posts from the Facebook page, which is posted to every single day. And so, why is this important? If you are in the nonprofit space, which I know, Renee, you are and have supported, you know that writing grants is extremely, extremely tedious. The use case that I have for you is that a few weeks ago, we were putting together a grant for a local nonprofit for us that came from a winery. It was a multi-page, many question, um, many question grant application that I know that if I did this 5 years ago, would have taken me at least 3 to 4 hours to write because they want extensive answers, they want meaningful answers. What I did through this custom GPT was I created and I built upon a program that Mujeres de Acción has been working on, which is a breast cancer support program. And then what I did was I then fed the program into ChatGPT, into this custom GPT. And then what ended up happening from there was I copied and pasted the questions that the grant was asking for. And I was able to complete what I would consider a 3 hour minimum grant application in 1 hour or less. Obviously, I had to review the answers, I had to play the answers back, but I was able to achieve what I consider 67% savings on my time. And in a world when you have so much to do and time is money, it was actually pretty amazing to see how that could be effective in really doing what I needed it to do. And so for those of you, I do see some questions. So one is, are custom GPTs paid for? Does anyone know? So a custom GPT specifically in ChatGPT comes with the premium subscription, which is 20 bucks a month. If that's something that you can afford, I absolutely encourage you because it unlocks many, many different features that are available that are not otherwise seen in the free version of ChatGPT. How do you keep this info you uploaded private and not shared with the models? Um, I actually don't have an answer to that question. I have pretty much uploaded things that are for the most part already public. So I would also encourage you that if you are concerned about your privacy, that you can probably download. Um, I know there are AI services that you can have running on your desktop without any internet. I can't really necessarily speak to that. Maybe Renee, you know something about that, right?
Sure do.
Yep. And so I will let Renee explain that part if that's a question that you have that he can answer. So yeah. All right. So you also may be wondering for yourself, how do you even learn AI, right? There's so many things out there. You can use AI to create games. You can use AI to create applications, build upon a corpus of existing documentation to run your business, plan your vacation itinerary, figure out how to ask that special someone out on a date, et cetera, et cetera. And here, of course, we're interested more in the business pieces, right? Because we know that AI is very much a centerpiece of the future of what we want to be able to do. And so Renee and I have come together and we think about a few things. That number one, it's not enough to just know how to use AI. You have to be able to apply it into your day to day. Number two is that downloading prompt ideas for $5 off of a Facebook ad or downloading a prompt idea off of somebody's website is fantastic too. But it doesn't make you more than the operator. You need to know how to understand how AI thinks, understand AI systems, and so forth. And you also need to learn how to adapt to your own specialty skills. We talk about this in our other course that we have on a monthly basis, how to build a side hustle, a consulting side hustle with AI in one weekend, right? And we apply that there too, because if you already know that you have some set of skills and you want to build a business, that bringing together several modes of AI is also important. But for the beginners, we have this course, we have this webinar because we want to show you the power of AI and where you can learn AI. So we put our heads together and we have O1 Hestia, which is Renee and I's little joint venture where you can learn AI for just 10 bucks a month. We add courses every single week, every single month, and you have the opportunity to learn those skills. And I don't know if you can sign up for free today, but it's an opportunity for you to at least get into the system and see the courses that I have. I'll be adding some of my own custom GPT content in there as well, where I can show you how to build a custom GPT and so much more. And so feel free to direct your QR code here, but in the meantime, yes, this is exactly what we have. So you can spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars to learn AI, or you can apply your AI knowledge in a meaningful setting where you can learn everything from web development to content development to custom GPTs, and also maybe even meet Renee if you're in San Francisco for ongoing office hours. So I want to show you how easy it is to learn AI. I'm going to unshare my screen and hand over my screen here to Renee. You are now the co-host. So why don't you show us some of the magic that you've been building lately?
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. That's my screen. And now this is more stuff. So let me go and first talk to you guys about some stuff and how current AI scape is. So right now we have a bunch of new people that are getting into being able to like build code. And these people are called vibe coders. These are people like me that say like, hey, you don't actually need to know how to read or write code. You can just use the AI. And the cool part is we have many, many different tools now available. We have tools such as Replit. We have Windsurf. We have Cursor, Lovable, and many other tools. Some of the cool things that right now that are going very popular is actually in the video game industry. So if you're here in San Francisco currently, you know that GDC is happening currently. And while GDC is happening, it's a game developer conference. There's quite a few different people that have, are big game companies that are like building their own games. But then you have some solo developers like this, where he's able to go and build a game in about 1 month that is making now 1 million ARR, which comes out to like 83K a month. Um, which is cool because it's just one guy. And the thing is, like anybody can do this. This is something that's getting very popular. People are starting just to build video games, all just with talking to AI. And you can do this. This is just really cool. Some cool things. So let me show you guys how this new stuff works. So I use Replit. Replit Agent is my bread and butter for building most of my stuff. We have this thing where you can just type in whatever you want to build and it works. So for in this case, I'm going to say I need a landing page to sell churros to people in San Francisco. Make it fun. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and just select it and we're going to submit it. When we submit it, it's going to go and ask me a question and review my info. And then once it's done, it'll go and then actually be able to go and get things done. Turn off these other ones. I feel like my internet just disconnected. Give me 1 second. There we go. Okay, now it's thinking. Yeah, weird. My internet's, I guess, a little lower than normal. It's fine. Um, be a little bit quicker, please. Thank you. Or maybe I should switch to Zoom House. 1 second. I'm just gonna redo this. I need a churro website for selling churros in San Francisco. Make it fun. We will retry it. Hopefully the internet doesn't give me any issues this time. I love it whenever things are going wrong. Um, just got disconnected. So it just disconnected me out of Zoho House for a second. There we go. There we go. Okay, now things are starting to work. I'm assuming the Zoom is still going. Cool. So it says, surprise, this is giving me such bad internet issues today.
I'm already building the app on my side, and it looks
Yeah,
beautiful.
I'm sure it does, damn it. But when internet
My
issues,
Replit is
I can't
faster
even
than your
load.
Replit.
I can submit a couple different options. And I'm just gonna approve that and send it. So it's going to start doing this, and what's going to happen is the AI is going to be able to build the entire code. So like the code files will be all right here. You're going to be able to see stuff happening here on the right side in real time. All your AI is thinking right here. If you want to see a little further, you can see more information here. It just seriously seems like the internet's being weird on my end today. So it's going to start typing this thing in, and then we'll get a visual. And then while it builds out the rest of the website, I'll show you guys some other cool demos. All right, so it's going to start building it out. Churro Delight SF. Very nice. Ooh, I like the color of this. It kind of reminds me of a donut. I guess the churro is
Well,
kind of
Churro Delight SF too. I think we have to race down to the business office for this.
yeah.
Okay. Although yours just now developed the images faster than mine.
I don't know, man. They're always kind of fun, you know. But the cool part is I'll let this run for a while so that way like all the actual buttons and stuff work. So what I'm going to show you guys real quick is this new thing called agencies.co. So whenever you guys are building websites, sometimes you need a chatbot added to your website. This website is going to be able to go and replace many tools such as Intercom, LangChain, and many others. Here's just some stats about like what other people do. And mine is dramatically cheaper compared to other people. A real quick login. And then from here, we have several different options. We can create an agent directly from here. So I can say, I need a churro salesperson to sell churros. Generate template. And then the AI will automatically start writing out all of your stuff. Similar to how the GPT builder works. It does that. You can turn on whatever ones you want. I won't for right now. I'm just gonna create my agent. Agent's right here. I can chat with it. Hi, make sure that it works the way I want it to. Fantastic. Churro Heaven. I mean, I can update it to say Churro's Delight SF, but I'm not going to right now because I want to show you guys something cool. But what you can do is you can say, get embed code. We're gonna call this Churro support. What can I churro for you? I'm being ridiculous. I'm gonna make it a green and Churros City Delight. I'm gonna real quick go and just do all that. I'm gonna copy this code. And normally what would happen, and I'm gonna just do it here to make it simple. So you could just add this bit of code into a website and it'll automatically give you a chatbot system here that all works for you. So it's all like implemented into your system. So what I can do here is I can say, hey, add this piece of code to the page. And what it's going to do is it's going to go ahead and just add it. Damn, this is really well done. Jesus.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Wow.
This makes me want to eat some churros. But yeah, so it's going to go and take that information. It's going to put it in here, and then the chatbot will be in here. These chatbots are really cool because these do great for customer service. You can go and create, let's say, a collection of what kind of database you want to, and then you can just upload some files to it, and then you can connect it to your AI, so that way your agent can know every single thing to sell on Churro Delight. Other cool tools is like AI tools. So in AI tools, you can do stuff like hat selling churros in a hat. And it'll go ahead and generate images for you. It can also generate videos and 3D models. They're all very, very cheap. These are only 1 credits a piece for the AI image side. So you can use that. You get free credits and free API usage. So this is a cool little tool for anybody that would like to try it. It's free. It's agencies.co. Um, and yeah, I'll continue back to here. It's still working on that. So I'll just maybe get a little QR code here in case anybody wants this. But yeah, so AI, the cool part about AI right now is that like anybody can code, anybody can go and build stuff with AI, and you don't really have to even think too hard. You just have to go and be able to say like, hey, what do you want? And then update it. So for example, with the Churro City Delight, it's coming out well, but I already knew I want a chatbot on that. So I'm gonna say like, hey, add this to the website. In this case, it's super simple because I'm adding a little bit of code. But I could just normally ask it to do something and it would just do that, which is fantastic. Um, yeah. Well, I guess I'll just keep letting this run, but that's pretty much all I can really think about right now. The thing is right now anybody can code, and this is basically what we show off. Like what was happening about like 6 months ago, people were still like copy pasting code into AI to go and do it, and it's like the old way of doing it. But now you have tools like this, so that way anybody can do it. You don't have to be technical. You don't have to, you can tell your child like, hey, go build me a website to go and sell stuff, and it can. It'd be super easy. I'll go ahead and start reading some chats real quick, see if there's anything in here.
So can this
Oh,
be where's the
there's
website
actually,
posted? Can it be pushed to GitHub and made public?
say that again.
Where's the website? Where can the website be hosted and can it be easily pushed to GitHub and made public?
Yes. So for Churros Delight, all you would have to do is for testing, this run works great because you can hit this and it'll like give you actually your web view and stuff. But you just click deploy on the top right, and just click deploy again and deploy one more time. And then you have a website like this. It just works. You don't have to think about anything. If you want to, you can go into tools, hit Git, commit your GitHub change, but you don't really have to. That's the cool part. Anybody can do it. You don't have to really think too hard. If you know more, great. If not, no problem. But there's also one small thing. I remember hearing earlier someone talking about, hey, how do you go and upload private models and not share them with, I mean, private information without having it actually shared with the models? So the only way to really do that is if you have an LLM on a closed server that has no like real interaction, and you have to also trust that your company or whoever is just not going to do anything shady. So like for one example, I could maybe in here add a way to where if you want an AI that has no way of like getting sent, because this is all powered by Google's. If I wanted to do it to where like the information doesn't get sent, I can just create another LLM that's private that I can just integrate in here, and then anybody could just create their agent, turn on the thing, and it'll just automatically work. But really, if you're building your own stuff, you really only can have that like that if you have your own server, that you have your LLM done privately. There's really no other way. Um,
Awesome. Are agents or on agencies.com mainly chatbots, or are there other types of agents?
yeah, an agent is just an LLM that can do an action. So in at the core, the agents are all chatbots. AI tools is different. This allows you to have much more free reign. But at the core, these are all chatbots. Now, the cool part is, and this is where I think things are going to get really cool. I can go and set it up so that way your AI can just do stuff for you autonomously, very advanced stuff. So here I can say, what's in my wallet? Because I actually have an AI here that has connection to its own crypto wallet. It can do any type of transaction it wants to. It can launch coins, it can buy coins, it can do anything it wants to. This would be another chatbot, but you don't have to think about like, hey, what parameters or code do I need to do to go and be able to launch a coin on chain? You just ask the AI to do it. The reason I do this is because I want to make it super simple for anybody to go and be able to do advanced stuff without actually having to know it. For example, if you need some kind of Python code executed, it might be hard to go and know how to do that. Well, this Python support specialist specifically has this code execution turned on, meaning this one can actually do Python. So if I ask it like, hey, do Python to go and do something for me, it could. And that's great because maybe I don't want to be able to do that. And if I give more agents like multiple abilities, like one might search the internet, one might be able to launch coins, one might be able to go onto your social medias and post for you. But if I start allowing more and more of that, you start allowing them where if they start communicating with each other, they could just all do it together. So one really popular framework that's people are like really excited about is a thing called Manus, and this is just where you have a regular chatbot system where you talk to it, but whenever you talk to it, it goes and launches like five AIs together to go and do something. And then they will do it. So maybe this one's searching, this one's writing, this is doing everything. They work together. And then when they're done, they report to the main AI and then they let you know. That's pretty cool. I'm going to keep reading. Let me see. So this can be easily pushed to GitHub. Yes, that's correct. I wouldn't say this is rest in peace to web developers, Dan. I do think that if you're someone that is a web developer, using these tools, it'll make you like 100x better and able to go and like collect way more money than like other people. Um, and could you transfer it to WordPress or something like that? Well, WordPress is kind of like really shitty. WordPress doesn't have any like they're their own like system where like you have to be like built into their stuff. You can't really like nah, I wouldn't say that. Honestly, I would just say skip WordPress altogether, build it with Replit, and if you want to make an integration, just ask the agent to build it. An LLM just stands for a large language model. So every AI that we're talking about are all just language models. Can you have a chatbot to manage your schedule? Yes, actually, that is correct. So hold on. So I have in my computer an AI that can control anything in my computer. So I can ask it to go and check my calendars and emails. I can even say like, hey, my desktop is super messy. Take all the stuff, organize it however you think, and put them in folders so my desktop ain't messy. Cool. It's going to do that. So clearly I'm not typing anything because my hands are up here, but the AI is currently doing that. If you look at the top left, it's creating the videos, images, document folders, all the different folders. And then it's going to start taking all these files and start moving them over like that, like magic kind of. Thank you. Appreciate it, AI. Yeah, so anybody can do that. You just kind of need to know what you can do. I plan on making it to where agencies will also allow that, but right now it doesn't really do that. You just have to know how to do that. How do you set up these personalized chatbots or chat GPTs? I can let Albert answer that question because that's more his specialty.
Yeah, so when it comes to personalized chat GPTs, what you can do, and I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen, I guess, now and do this, is where's the app that I want to share here? Okay, I'll just go and go to my desktop here. Can you all see my screen now?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So when you want to create a custom GPT, what you can do is you'll in Chat GPT when you're using the paid version, there's a section called My GPTs. And so you can create a bunch of different GPTs here. One thing that I have that I've created in the past is basically my brain on AI. It's something that mimics my writing style and thought process. And if you edit the GPT here, underneath your configuration section, what you can do is you can upload files and so forth. And I actually don't have anything here, so it's really difficult to say whether this is in my voice or not. But for something that I have created, we mentioned Albert's career coach wizard earlier. What you can go and do here is you can have you can go and configure. And what I've done is I uploaded my resume, my LinkedIn profile, a couple of writing samples that I have. And what I can now do is if I wanted to add anything more, and I don't think I have anything on my computer here, but if I did have something here that I wanted to upload, um, that perhaps could be, I don't know, what do I have here? It doesn't really matter. Anyways, so what I can do is I can then go into this career coach wizard and I can ask it questions based on what it knows about me. So I can ask how I can improve my LinkedIn profile, and it'll give me those tips. Or what I can do is I can use this custom GPT as a as a career coach. So, for example, if I wanted to say act, I would say act as if you are my career coach. Um, uh, tell me, and then you can say I'm looking to make a career move, and I'm not really, but let's just say I was. Um, Tell me what roles I would be a fit for based on my resume and LinkedIn, and tell me what companies I should look into applying at, right? And so this is less so coding, but more so along the lines of being able to use your custom GPT in a way that will help you become more operative in your life. So it's analyzing my LinkedIn profile. It knows what I'm doing already, and then it gives me recommendations on what I can do. Um, and then what I can do from here is based on all of this experience, it knows where I could target my companies too. So Hugging Face, Workday, HashiCorp, AWS, Google Cloud, Microsoft. Um, and so now it can go ahead and say, okay, now what are your priorities? How can we optimize what you want to do? It even thinks I can use my own system, use my own platform to connect with hiring managers. Um, and then it asks whether I would want to tailor my resume or a LinkedIn networking strategy. And so this level of customization really provides what I would say is like a deep level of understanding of who you are. And if you're not really sure whether this custom GPT knows, you could also ask it questions like, where did I work in 2017? Right? And it should be able to at least tell you, right? It tells me that I worked at Proficient as a partner product marketing manager, and it knows that whole thing too. And so what you could do it additionally here is if I say I wanted to go to LinkedIn and I said I was that I wanted to apply for a new job, for example, and I was going to go work at, let's say, Fivetran. And there's actually something here because I see Fivetran at a bunch of conferences that I go to from time to time. And I would be able to say something along the lines of, I am applying for this specific job. And then you can say, tailor my resume to this job description. Um, come up with 10 interview questions I may be asked, and come up with a gap analysis of what I still need to be so I can be a fit, or um, see where I can get additional education. And then, of course, you tell ChatGPT thanks, right? And so all of these things really provide that level of customization. It already has an idea, and it will just give this to you in a manner that is very like Albert focused. And so what you do is you can use ChatGPT as like an interviewer. So it's already giving me this too. I asked for a gap analysis and education plan. And so what can I do? What actions can I take? And so I was just saying this to someone else a few weeks ago that all of these things, because I know I used to job search pre-AI, would take me at least 2 to 3 weeks to do the brainstorming, to do the strategy. And now all of this can be done in mere minutes. It doesn't mean that you still don't need a career coach. It doesn't mean that you don't need to hire someone to help you to get out of your own way. But AI just creates so much more clarity that it allows you to really truly understand what it is that you're working with. Um, questions, thoughts. Let's see what's in the chat here. Yeah. So now you can, yeah, now you can be a 10x of whatever it is you want. Um, and so, is there any reason why you want to use ChatGPT versus Gemini or Copilot? I guess I could say I'm a ChatGPT maxi, but um, Renee, do you have any preferences between different AI tools? Because I know every AI tool
Well,
has a
yeah,
different.
I actually have a pretty heavy opinion on this one.
Yeah.
So, whenever people say any reason why you use like ChatGPT versus like these other tools, I think it's important to know that ChatGPT and Gemini, they're similar, but Copilot and Replit Agent are actually completely different because they use both ChatGPT and Gemini as like brains. So if you think about this, this is kind of like comparing like an individual working on something versus a team of people working on something that also include the same original person. Uh, so for me, I prefer using tools to build stuff like Replit Agent and Windsurfer and Cursor. But for high level thinking and planning, I'll just use the regular GPT or Gemini separate because I'm not having it build me stuff. I'm having it plan and think about stuff for me. So it's really kind of like what you're trying to do there.
Awesome. Cool. Um, yeah, so if you want the PowerPoint, I'm going to ask you to connect with Renee. Renee, I'm going to blow up your LinkedIn here and get
I have a
people.
PowerPoint.
Yeah. Actually, oh, my PowerPoint. The PowerPoint is what I have. Never mind.
Yeah, I was like, I do not have a PowerPoint.
And so, by the way, for all of you, I actually have not really done the website aspect of Replit. I'm gonna just share because I do need a new website for Albert's List, and this is what I ended up with in the time
Yeah.
that he was doing his thing, right? So I made a couple of edits, sign up for a webinar, sign up for emails, our services, everything that we're all about, And these are all the various interesting things that we have. And then I think that underneath this, I'll probably have to develop these separate pages too. But overall, right? And then once I think I'm done with this here, um, how do I deploy it? What's the next part here, right? I have deployment, and for me at least, it would be to my own hosting website. So I'd have to figure out what that actually looks like from here. But
Well, all you would do is after you approve this all, there'll be a little thing that says link your domain. You just type it in. It'll give you an A text and a TXT text. Just
mhm,
go to GoDaddy, plug it in, and you're good to go.
yeah. So yeah. So yeah, I guess the question is once could not connect with Renee, but could follow him on LinkedIn. Um, okay, fine. I'll share my LinkedIn profile for those of you who want to connect with me too. All right. So once it is built, where do you host? How do you connect it to a different hosting? Actually, maybe you can walk me through that because I'm actually curious where you would do that.
Boy, just go ahead and just deploy it. I would click reserve VM personally.
Yeah,
I would set that one up.
yeah. So then you'd set up your deployment and
Then hit that top configuration. No,
mhm,
no, that
yep.
hit
Hmm.
0.25, the top one. Just
Yeah,
make it easier for yourself.
yeah.
And then from here, scroll down to deploy. Hit deploy.
There you go. Wow. Amazing, right? Very cool.
Yes, you can embed QR codes to the site as well to answer that question.
Yeah, so I a QR code. So I'm just gonna actually go to O1 Hestia here, and that's the where are we on that? Okay. I'm not having you show my Google search, but there we go. Here's the learning site that we have in progress.
Mhm.
Encourage you to try that out today. And
It
we've
keeps
got other
changing
events.
the fucking dates wrong. For some reason, it keeps saying like the wrong dates and stuff. So like that April 2nd is actually March 31st. I don't know
Oh,
why. So
um, so going back to Replit, I'm going to unshare my screen before I show something I don't need to. All right, so there you go. Any other additional questions? We want to help you out here. We're here to help you learn. As you see, in just an hour, we built two websites and got some career coaching. And so it just goes to show that you don't need to procrastinate on anything anymore when AI can be your co-pilot. And I totally said that in a totally confusing manner, but I think you know what I mean. Cool. All right. Are there any other questions? Are there any other thoughts? We have taken up about 52 minutes of our hour here. Any advice marketing to customers who are really afraid of AI
I'm so excited because there's a new update for Replit for
that just
building.
came out?
Yeah, and the cool part is it seems like they've completely revolutionized their game system so that way building video games is going to be way quicker now. And I'm really excited because it's now like creating a lot of shit. This is really cool. Sorry,
Wow.
I get excited about random stuff.
Amazing. All right. Well, cool. Let's see. So I think if I were to I think the understanding of customers who are really afraid of AI, what you really need to articulate to them is that, at least at this time, AI is affordable. It can help them save time. It can help them save money. It's a competitive market. And if you don't use AI, somebody else is probably using AI. And so you really need to consider that. And I think you just have to go through with them some base use cases. So it really depends on the business. It depends on the industry. Um, what about product management? How do you believe AI can help? I think that AI can at least assist with your roadmap, and you can probably ask it questions on what types of features might be important. I think you could also do some competitive analysis and see what other features exist that are publicly available, and so speak to that. Any suggestions for, and advice for a total beginner? So Renee, I'm going to let you take that first.
If you're looking to build stuff, just go ahead and use Replit Agent. If you're looking to just learn and research stuff, use tools like Perplexity. Honestly, it's just get started. Find the problem, ask AI to try to help you solve it, and then once you solve it, go figure out how to make money from that.
Yeah.
And for would it be possible to personalize the design and integrate things like parallax in the UI? Yes, that is correct. You just have to ask the AI to go and do that. So words like parallax is not a word that normal non-developers know. So if you tell it, you just instantly are a much better coder just because you know certain words. And AI can help a lot in marketing, specifically for SEO, and being able to go and help in ranking and getting your stuff set up for that. AI can also help in allowing you to do lead gen and finding other stuff, but those are probably going to be more so like tools you have to build with AI to go and actually allow those to be further. But yeah,
All right. How do you think AI can help on marketing analytics? The enterprise answer for that is, I don't know if you answered that, but my
yes.
answer to that would be agentic AI is coming. Agents built within applications that can heal applications and answer questions and make decisions. So I think in that sense, if you teach an AI through an LLM to understand marketing analytics data, it can help you interpret what the traffic really means and then make recommendations. And if you really wanted to go even further, you can teach it to act on your behalf and go and launch marketing campaigns or create marketing content that can help further improve your analytic posture. Um, can you quickly go through your journey and how you started to get to this level? I think, Renee, we're going to get to your life story here.
Yeah, I'll make it quick. Basically, back a couple of years ago, I lost my job because of the COVID pandemic thing. And then I was just a regular food caterer. Eventually, I wanted to learn some skills. So I learned a lot of stuff like being able to make music, do video editing, and then people paid me to do more and more. Over the past year and 10 months, I kind of just fell into like, hey, can I use AI to build something for me? And as soon as I figured that out, I just kept going and I just built a lot of stuff. Um, Honestly, what I recommend for people, if you want to go and really catch up to like my level, learn the tools that I'm telling you, go to a hackathon, go build some shit at a hackathon, compete, try to win that hackathon. You're going to really quickly learn a lot of stuff because you're going to fail, you're going to lose a couple times, and then you're going to win. And then once you win, it's just a compilation of all your mistakes that you've just learned from. And you'll be able to do a lot of cool stuff.
Excellent. Could you build out entire apps? The answer is yes. Um, you can build Google Chrome extensions, you can build games, and anything in between. I'm still trying to wrap my head around Replit. It's a $180 subscription for 1 year, and I want to launch something off of it for sure. But yes, you can create entire apps. Let's see. Ah, yes, you can get the recording. Thank you for just joining. Can it build complex SaaS apps like yours, and how do I do it since it will integrate API? We're making web developers feel sad.
I'm shooting this new. Hold on, this is awesome. I'm loving this new fucking game engine thing that they've built into this. It's so good.
Chad, I think you can use what coding languages Replit uses. Dan, I think you heard what Renee said. Don't be too sad about web developers. This can help you out. I know that if I was building what I just built here, that um, if I had to hire a web person, it might cost me a few $1,000s, but it just reduced the cost way down for me. So,
Web developers should really be using this to their advantage. You can easily be like, maybe instead of working with people to go and like get these like big clients, you could easily just be like, hey, yeah, I'll go and do this for a smaller fee than normal. Get a bunch of stuff. Ask like AI, hey, go build out these 10 apps for me. Go have a beer. Once it's done, go collect 10 fucking paychecks.
yeah, there you go.
But the best part is about being a freelancer slash like a web developer now that any of you guys can do the same thing that I do. Just find someone that's like, hey, I need help. Awesome. Solve their problem. Build it. Get them
Yep.
get the money, just like you guys do right now.
Yep. All right, we're at the top of the hour. If you're asking whether we are doing this webinar in the future, Renee is coming back April 17th, so sign up for that. And then we also have how to build a side hustle with AI in 1 weekend. I encourage you to sign up for that as well. And then in addition to that, we're also going to be launching another an AI workshop that will teach you how to build custom GPTs and so forth. And so we encourage you to join us for that as well. Um, Renee, any final thoughts before we conclude?
Um, yeah, no, the only thing I would say here is that, like, especially because if people are like kind of worried about, web developers right now, like there's a lot of people that are, worried about like losing their job. And I promise you, most of you people don't really have anything to worry about because you guys will, especially in here, will learn how to use AI. Because only the people that know how to use AI are going to actually be able to like take it to like a really high level next time. And this might help give you guys opportunities to go and like make lots of money. Just go do it. Don't worry about what might happen. The cool part is right now you can just make it happen. And then when you're done, test it, figure it out, and if you're good, you make some money.
Yep. All right, well, wonderful. With that said, we're going to go ahead and this video and this webinar was recorded. We'll be following up shortly, and we look forward to hearing from you all really, really soon. Thanks so much,
Bye.
everybody, and we'll see you soon. Bye.